do we just need the broadcast?
No, just the
universe?
broadcast.
Okay. All right.
Although some of them could have been sport specific, but I didn't think of it that way.
Okay. Neither
Like
did I.
imagine like a frozen NHL game.
Oh.
Like that'd be cool.
That would be
That'd be
cool.
specifically awesome.
Yeah.
Or like a Christmas NHL game. Like Christmas movie universe NHL game.
There's not a Christmas movie universe.
No.
So you just want the various Christmas characters like Rudolph and Frosty and the Grinch
like
and
the lamp, like the leg lamp from A Christmas Story.
oh, just over there on the sideline waiting for the shift change.
Like Buddy the Elf.
What is Buddy the Elf?
Yeah.
What's Buddy gonna do?
Coin toss.
Wait, hold on, time out. Do we do coin tosses for NHL games?
No.
Yeah, we just drop the puck
Drop
and get
the puck.
after it.
He's gonna drop the puck.
Okay, that'll work. That'll work. What was the song today?
Lights, Please. J. Cole. Back to High School. I think that came out my junior year of high school. Junior or senior year of high school. It was probably my first J. Cole song.
How's it go?
Lights, please, turn off the lights. You know how it goes.
I do know how it
You
goes.
know
I
how
wanted
it
to know if
goes.
you knew how it went.
I was singing the Degrassi theme song yesterday.
Degrassi has a theme song?
It's a great theme song.
What's the Degrassi theme song?
Hold on, I don't want to mess up the lyrics of this one.
Are you sure you don't want to? You mess up everything else lyrically.
Whatever it takes, I know I can make it through. If I hold out, I know I can make it through. Yeah, I don't know. But that's how I kept getting. But the best part is like, be the best I can be. And Chris was like, you don't know the words. And I'm like, yes, I do.
No, you don't.
I know the song. I know the music, I don't know the lyrics. I am the music, somebody else handles the lyrics. The song is in my heart.
I've never seen.
Go ahead.
I always catch Degrassi like mid-episode.
Oh, the theme song
never
bangs.
Seen.
It's next to the Arthur theme song
Oh.
and the Proud Family theme song.
You don't know nothing about Franklin.
I don't know the Franklin theme
You
song.
don't.
I do know Franklin, but I can't think of the theme song.
Hey, it's Franklin.
That's an okay one.
Coming out to play.
Out of the box.
Out of the box.
Bum, bum.
Out of the box.
Bum, bum. What's up, everybody? It is Thursday, December 12th. It is going to be a good day. One day closer to Friday. One day closer to the return of the Memphis Grizzlies as they'll play the Nets tomorrow. They're still off. Jessica Benson and CJ Hurt with you from the Grind City Media Studios in Memphis, Tennessee. Coming up on today's show, the NBA Cup semifinals are set. The Rockets and the Hawks advanced last night. We will get into the NBA Cup action, the controversial call, Trae Young rolling the dice on the Knicks logo, all of that. The big story of the day in sports, though, Bill Belichick is set to become the new head coach at North Carolina. Teresa Walker will join us in the second segment. We will get her thoughts on that. We'll talk about the Tennessee Titans' upcoming game against the Bengals, the #1 college basketball team in the country, the Tennessee Volunteers. We'll catch up with Teresa. Then it is Thursday. That means it is a draft day, and we are drafting alternative broadcasts for sports. So we just got the Simpsons alternative broadcast. We will be drafting the universes that we would like to see sporting events take on in their next alternative broadcast. We'll end with a little Theater Thursday, some movie news, a big engagement happening overnight for Selena Gomes. Some movies coming out as we get into the holiday season. We'll get into all of that. It is a Thursday. You know what we say. I got no.
Get the squad together for this year's Junior Grizzlies 3-on-3 tournament. Presented by 2K at the Built Ford Tough practice facility inside FedEx Forum. On Saturday, January 4th, teams will compete in 3 games before advancing to single elimination play. Overall winners from the 10 and under, 12 and under, and 14 and under divisions will win Grizzlies tickets, including exclusive access to the pregame team shoot-around before the Grizz take on the Pelicans January 24th. Sign up today at hoopitup.com/Grizzlies.
Let's face it, there's a lot of trash talk in basketball, but the great teams let their performance do the talking. Like Ford F-150 with Pro Power on board, a class-exclusive industry-first feature that turns your truck into a mobile generator and leaves the competition speechless. Ford F-150, official truck of the Grizzlies. Greatness starts here at your Mid-South Ford dealer. Class is full-size pickups under 8,500 pounds, GVWR.
When it's all on the line, you turn to the strong, the stable, the unwavering. To those with a history of raising their performance, to meet the moment. It's true in basketball. It's true in banking. Grizzlies Checking from Pinnacle. Play hard, bank easy. Open a Grizzlies checking account with at least $100 and a recurring direct deposit by August 31st, and you could receive a $200 direct deposit bonus into your account. Details at grizzliesbanking.com. Member FDIC.
Lob for Edie. Yes. Step back three. Bingo. Powers it in. Durant. Oh!
Win big with Grizzlies Spin to Win ticket deals. Spin the wheel for your chance to win floor seats, free tickets, or unlock exclusive savings on tickets when the Grizz host the Brooklyn Nets on December 13th. Head to grizzlies.com/spin to win.
Grizzlies fans, dunks, dimes, and no-looks are great on TV, but nothing compares to catching them IRL. And that starts with buying tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Ticketmaster gets you to the game so you can catch every highlight in person. From seeing your favorite Grizzlies stars up close to hearing the squeak of the sneakers on the hardwood. Put that jersey collection to use and get tickets at Ticketmaster. There's no better brag than saying you saw it live. See you courtside, Memphis.
Grizz Nation gets set for tip-off 1 hour before every Grizzlies home game with the warm-up show. Get the latest news, notes, and analysis live from courtside at FedEx Forum.
This team is doing everything that Taylor Jenkins and his coaching staff envisioned it could do.
Join me, Lang Whitaker, along with Michael Wallace, Jessica Benson, and other personalities from Grind City Media, Memphis, and around the NBA. 1 hour before every home game, live at Grind City Media on X, YouTube, and the official Grind City Media mobile app.
For the sunshine, gotta own the day like it's all mine. Just got paid in his own time. Been working hard, I've been on the grind. I deserve this feeling, having my way. I've been on this healing. This is my day. The sun's out, let's have a little fun now. I wanna let it all out. That's what it's all about. Cause I deserve this feeling, having my way. I deserve this healing. This is my
Grind City Media presents The Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt. Live from the Grind City Media Studios on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
What's up, everybody? Happy Thursday to you. I hope you're having a wonderful day as we get closer and closer to the return of Grizzlies basketball. It has been a weird week, having 4 days off between the Grizzlies' last game in Washington, D.C. on Sunday, their next game against the Brooklyn Nets on Friday. Don't forget, get your tickets to Grizzlies Nets because we will be back. The Grizzlies, winners of 9 of their last 10 games. They might not be playing in the NBA Cup, but they've been really, really good. Before we get into the NBA Cup action from last night, the big story of the day is the Bill Belichick hire by North Carolina that, yes, really did happen. 5-year contract, reported $50 million deal. He now is the only head coach in college football over the age of 70. He is 72. He replaces Mac Brown, who was fired at the age of 73. I listened to one of the morning sports shows this morning. It was Get Up on ESPN. And the overwhelming positivity of this hire, it was all NFL guys. Adam Schefter was on there telling me that Bill Belichick has more energy than most of the other younger coaches in the league, and UNC is going to win a national championship. And Paul Feinbaum was on there, and they were talking about SEC coaches being so scared of this big bad hire in the ACC. And frankly, I'm a little more pessimistic on it. I look forward to talking to Teresa Walker about it because I think the NFL perspective is different than the college football perspective, and Teresa Walker has both. She covers the NFL with the Titans. She covers college football as well, both with the Vols, Vandy, everything in between. And so I look forward to hearing her take on it. We will get to that in the next segment because, CJ, I took a break from Degrassi.
Oh, no. What episode did you leave off on?
A girl named Terry started showing up at school with all new clothes, and her friends thought that she was shoplifting, but really she'd gotten a gig as a plus-size model, and she was embarrassed, and then the photos started going around, and she was embarrassed by being a plus-size model.
Was she actually plus size?
No, and I looked at it and I was like, oh my God. I mean, she's like the biggest of the friend group, but by no means would she be a plus-size model.
So, what's Topanga's name?
Danielle Fishel.
So when she was on
she was curvy.
the Blossom podcast. What's Blossom's name? Always mess it up.
I forgot her name.
But she was on that podcast. We
Yes.
talked. I can't remember if that was this year or last year. It's all running together now.
Blossom and Jeopardy host, right? That's who we're talking about.
Is she a Jeopardy host now?
She was a Jeopardy host.
She was but she's not the Jeopardy
No.
host. She's who I wanted to be. Like Miriam, I'm a butcher her name. But anyways, they were on that podcast, and
Mayim Bialik.
There we go. Boy Meets World did a body episode, a body positivity episode, where they made her, Topanga, be the plus-sized one. And it just came all of a sudden. She just showed up to work, and they were like, hey, we're going to do this episode. You're going to be plus-sized. Let's knock it out. Or you are plus-sized.
Wild times.
Knock it out. And she talks about it on that podcast like, yo, that's the smallest I've ever been.
Yeah.
I wasn't plus-sized. I was curvy. What are we doing here?
Degrassi, same energy. But
Okay.
I tore myself away.
For what?
For the cup! I got into the NBA Cup last night, and I knew that the two games last night enticed me more at face value, but then also, all I needed for the Cup to be more entertaining than an all-day Degrassi marathon was for Trae Young to roll the dice on the Knicks logo and for Warriors Rockets to devolve into a chaotic mess of an ending in Houston while also playing literally in hell. The court in Houston is the worst of all of the NBA Cup courts. You look at it, and I don't understand why they did not have flames coming from each side. Like, they could have easily had a cauldron. If you want to level up the NBA Cup, lean all in. This looks like hell. Steve Kerr said it before the game. I said it the second it popped up on the screen. Put a flame in each of the corners and have it erupt every time there is some significant action, and then we could have been talking. Like, give me smoke. Give me fire. Give me more.
I would assume when they do the starting lineups, because the Grizzlies do it, flames come up. So you want not just the red court, you want flames constantly being spewed from the tops of the goal. Maybe not constantly. That seems a bit hazardous. But maybe after a made bucket, a big bucket, like you make a big bucket and then boom, the flames come up. We got smoke. Get some smoke settling in from up top. I can rock with that.
The smoke could get in people's way, so it might have to be synthetic fire, but we can work this out in the future. This is only year 2 of the Cup. We have room
so
to grow.
not just new courts for or special courts. You want themes with
full
them.
themes.
So
like if you're
the Bucks were blue yesterday. It was all blue.
Icy Kingdom,
Got you.
Frozen Kingdom.
Got you.
I'm very big in the universe mentality because we are drafting like cinematic cartoon universes that we would like to see for alternative broadcasts. But I think like a Frozen theme. The Grizzlies had gray. We gotta get creative.
You could do
that.
like foresty. That court does give a little bit of that, almost like a fog type situation.
Okay.
And they are Grizzlies, so there are bears.
They do live in the woods.
So we just put a couple of trees around the court, maybe have some pine trees, some live squirrels scurrying about as well, something like that.
You want to know what the NBA is missing?
Live squirrels.
The chance for a squirrel to run across the court. Football gets it. Baseball gets it. The NBA never gets. We had the bird, or we had the bat in San Antonio, so we get that. But we don't get enough live animal opportunities. So if you put that in the NBA Cup, like which forest creature is going? I like this. I like where we're thinking. Yeah. In the meantime, if anybody wants to know how our household was at the end of that game last night, it wasn't good. Times were rough in the Benson Luther household, split between the Memphis Grizzlies and the Golden State Warriors, with Chris Luther being the diehard Warriors fan of the group and being absolutely irate, not just at the call. Before we even get into the call, let's be perfectly clear. The Warriors, from about 6 minutes into that game, I think they had 6 turnovers. Early on, they had 2 of their 6 shot clock violations. And Chris was like, I don't think I want to watch this anymore. And I know better than to actually entertain that. I was like, you're going to watch the whole game, and if you'll either be happy at the end or you'll be absolutely miserable at the end. And I'll go with the miserable route. But for fans around the NBA who aren't Warriors fans, they did get the rarity last night of a game-changing call going against the Golden State Warriors, and Steve Kerr being aghast at the call that was made. And in case you missed it, The Rockets beat the Warriors 91-90, but in the last 15 seconds of this game, what?
91-90.
What in the 1990s is this?
What the hell is
Going
this?
into the game, everyone's like, it's going to be the Rockets defense has been really good, but anticipate a shootout here in Houston tonight. 91-90.
Yeah, come join the rest of us in 2024, will you, Warriors and Rockets?
They're throwback. They're watching Degrassi as well.
Are they?
Yeah, they're back in their nostalgia bag. It happens to the best of us. But with 15 seconds left in the game, the Warriors were up 90-89. 15 seconds on the shot clock. About a 4-second differential. And this is what Steph Curry does in the moment. We're going to call out every bad decision within this clip of bad decisions. Steph Curry pulls it from 3 with 8 seconds left on the shot clock. Why are you doing it that so early? Then Gary Payton, why are you throwing the ball? And then Billy Kennedy, why are you calling a loose ball foul? A little bit of everything is going on.
He did just belly flop on top of that, man.
You don't call that.
It's what? Oh, I'm sorry. You don't call
Look at Steve Kerr's face. You don't call that.
He's incredulous.
You don't call that.
You can't belly flop on top of people.
You're diving for a loose ball.
No. You're not diving for a loose ball at that point.
Let's watch it again.
The ball has been secured on the ground, and you're just flopping on top of somebody.
Well, first, Gary Payton, call a timeout. What are we doing here?
Did they have a timeout?
They did.
Okay. Just making sure because the last time.
Had a timeout and could have taken the foul.
Yeah.
Within that moment, just bad decision after bad decision after bad decision. I disagree with the call. I don't think it was a foul.
Face is a good face as well.
Which one?
Buddy Hield. He's just.
Can we go back? He's got the hand over the face.
Yeah, he's just like that.
Steph was incredulous. Everyone was incredulous. Steve Kerr's comments after the game, he went on a 2-minute rant that is probably going to grant him a hefty fine. But this is what he had to say about that moment.
I've never seen a loose ball foul on a jump ball situation 80 feet from the basket with the game on the line. I've never seen that. I think I saw it in college one time, 30 years ago. Never seen it in the NBA. That is, unconscionable. I don't even understand what just happened. Loose ball, diving on the floor, 80 feet from the basket, and you're going to give a guy 2 free throws to decide the game when people are scrambling for the ball. Just give them a timeout. It's a physical game. We're going to call it a loose ball foul on a jump ball situation with guys diving on the floor with the game on the line. This is a billion-dollar industry. You got people's jobs on the line. I am stunned. I am stunned. I give the Rockets credit. They battled back. They played great defense all night. But I feel for our guys. Our guys battled back, played their asses off, and deserved to win that game or at least have a chance for one stop at the end to finish the game. And that was taken from us by a call that I don't think an elementary school referee would have made because that guy would have had feel and said, you know what, I'm not going to decide a game on a loose ball 80 feet from the basket.
Unconscionable is such a good word.
It is.
Unconscionable.
Like that lets you know somebody is really
business.
really upset, but professional upset.
Right.
Because
I have a thesaurus and I'm not afraid to use it upset.
The synonym for unconscionable is effed up, right? Like that's what we would say if we was just out and about, not with the cameras on or whatever. So yeah, he's mad.
I am in my place of work, so it's unconscionable.
It's unconscionable.
I am in my comfort of my own home. That's effed up.
Yeah.
And it's something that an elementary school ref wouldn't do.
Would absolutely do it. As somebody who played basketball in elementary school, it would absolutely happen.
I don't think.
Yeah, you're telling me the 12-year-old officiating a bunch of 5- and 6-year-olds isn't making that call?
I'm telling you, Steve Kerr is not going to gain a whole lot of sympathy from fans across the NBA, but I am continuously frustrated that we are having multiple games decided by just playing basketball moments that a ref decides to be the star of the show. We've experienced it right here in Memphis with the fourth quarter against the Mavs. And I know you disagree.
They fouled.
It was a historic.
They were historically fouling.
It was
a historic free throw differential. It was 26-20 in foul calls.
Okay.
I don't know what you people want. Now,
I don't want
understand
fourth quarters to last the length that they are. I don't want
tell
refs
your team to stop fouling.
Step in the middle of playing basketball and turn this into let them play.
Let them foul. Let them foul is what you're saying. Your argument is let them foul because the game is late. Let them foul and get away with fouling.
Sure.
Okay.
Allow the game to be more physical. Allow the game to be played.
There's a difference in physicality and fouling. That's not ticky-tacky. That's not ticky-tacky.
Yes, it is.
It is not.
Yes, it is.
No way that's ticky-tacky. He belly fly. If a dude is on the ground with the ball and you just come in and jump on top of him to get the ball, and then you lock his arm, like, come on, man. That's a foul. If you want to get the jump ball, he's on the ground. You don't fall on top of him.
To make that over Dylan Brooks, didn't he?
He did. You just really bend Dylan's in his head. You just bend down. He finally got one.
He dives at his legs. So if you want to go that way.
Okay,
Everyone's
the
diving
foul.
on that moment.
Call the foul. Who's got the ball? He ends up with the ball, and you grab the arm. That's a foul. And you just fall on top of them. That's a foul on everybody involved. What are we doing?
What I would have loved to see.
Why do I care?
Look,
wait. Here it comes. That's a great face. That's a great face, man.
That's the face I make when I just cannot. When what I'm going to say is going to get me in trouble, so I just go hand over the face in that moment. I would have loved to see the Rockets with the ball with an opportunity to win the game instead of making 2 free throws at the line and then Brandon Podziemski gets blocked on his attempt at a game-winning 3. But listen, again, these things can happen. You can be critical of a call. I'm being critical of a call. CJ's not being critical of a call. No matter what, the last 2 minutes and 15 seconds of that game for the Warriors, that's where they lost the game. But 2 things can be true. A call can doom a team and can change the outcome of a game while also acknowledging that the Warriors had many chances to put this away, and instead, in the last 2:19, went shot clock violation, Draymond Green turnover, the Steph missed 3, which led to the foul and the free throws. Gary Payton makes the decision to not hold on to the ball, to not call a timeout, to not take a foul of his own.
And if he had held on to the ball, that they would probably belly flop on top of him, and then if they did, it would be a foul.
They would be attempting to foul him, to send him. It would be an intentional foul.
Oh, wait, I thought we were back on the loose ball situation.
Well, yes, but you would be able to know. It's just basketball, man.
I'd be able to know what?
He's on the ground in that case, and it would be so obviously a foul in that situation because the Warriors would have the ball up 1, and I don't know who was diving at Gary Payton in that moment, but whoever it was would go and swipe and intentionally foul him and send him to the line. The other game of the night, Knicks-Hawks. I had a friend 2 weeks ago tell me that they anticipated the in-season tournament, the NBA Cup, excuse me. Sometimes I flip back to the IST moments.
I mean, that's what it's been traditionally speaking.
I loved the IST.
Traditionally speaking, it's been the in-season tournament.
Traditionally. Right. So I'm breaking from tradition.
You're showing your age calling it the in-season tournament, though, Jessica.
You're right. Yeah. I'm an old head.
You are. Only the oldies call it.
Shake fist at cloud.
In-season tournament.
I remember when it was the IST. My friend said they anticipated the Hawks were going to be the team that everybody watched, maybe for the first time this season, if you haven't had the opportunity to watch Atlanta. And in a similar fashion to what the Pacers did last year, when it was the in-season tournament, now known as the Emirates NBA Cup, they were like, the Hawks are going to have that same glow-up of an opportunity because it's not the Hawks team that you're familiar with. They have put so much length and defense around Trae Young, and they are winning games in a fun way. Jalen Johnson is everywhere for this team. You have Dyson Daniels, who was a part of the DeJounte Murray trade. He was a piece of that. He comes in. He's been impactful. DeAndre Hunter's playing like a 6th man off the bench for the Hawks. They played really well, and ultimately, Trae Young gets to roll the dice on the Knicks logo, and if this happened in Ohio, Trae Young would be sentenced to death immediately, but thankfully it happened at Madison Square Garden.
Wait,
where you can...
is it a murder charge or not a murder charge?
Well, it's supposed to be a felony.
Capital punishment?
But it might. This one isn't a flag. Like, I feel like this is worse. You're rolling the dice. It's combining gambling.
And we don't like gambling in sports.
No, we hate sports betting.
No, we hate when players do that.
Yeah. Players can't do it. Everyone else can.
Everyone else, not
Joe
yourself.
Schmo, you go roll the dice wherever you want. You go take whatever player prop you want. But Trae Young, you can't do that. Straight to death. But luckily it happened at Madison Square Garden, where showmanship is everything, and they hate that man so much. And I love Trae Young leaning into it in that moment. More of that, please. If you want the NBA Cup to matter, give me flames, It'd give me more Trae Young rolling the dice on the Knicks logo. And it does create, would you call it a small market NBA Cup in Las Vegas with Hawks, Bucks, Thunder, Rockets? I know technically in the
non-glamour. It would be non-glamour.
Doesn't Houston have palm trees?
So then no, it's not small market and
Right.
it's not non-glamour.
But I do think
those are
of
big,
Houston as a small market in the NBA while not small market in the grand
I
scheme
don't think of
the United
Houston as a
States.
small market. I think of Houston right there with Dallas and the rest of the larger markets.
Yeah.
Atlanta, I might.
San Antonio would be the small market.
Yeah,
Texas.
San Antonio would be the small
Sure.
market. So no, I don't think it's a small
But I
market.
still think from a standpoint of teams that are not, it's not the Lakers, it's not the Knicks, it's not the Warriors.
Not a whole lot of superstars. Not current
To be
superstars.
honest with like a
One current superstar.
I think it's good for the game.
I think it's
I'm
good
sure
for,
ratings won't be spectacular.
And that's the problem. Good for the game and
Yeah.
good for ratings are two different things.
That's true.
And sometimes what's good for the game isn't necessarily good for ratings. I'm with you. It is good for the game, giving you a chance to familiarize yourself with some of these players who we don't really talk about a lot because it's 30 teams. It's a gajillion games on. You're going to lean on the superstars and the teams of note, of interest, and notable teams in the league. You're not really going to spend a whole lot of time talking about some of these other teams, even though the Thunder are really, really good. The Rockets are really, really good. The Hawks are super interesting. And the Bucks maybe turning a corner. I'd say question mark. So, yeah, it's going to be fun to sit down and watch.
I just wish the Grizzlies were playing in it. But that's okay because the Grizzlies will be back at home tomorrow. And before we take a quick break to get to Teresa Walker, be sure to check in at the next Grizzlies home game tomorrow, Friday, December 13th, Friday the 13th at 7 p.m. when your Memphis Grizzlies host the Brooklyn Nets. To purchase your tickets or for more information, visit the FedEx Forum box office or head to grizzlies.com/tickets today. Teresa Walker on the other side. We'll talk to her about Bill Belichick, the new head coach at North Carolina, among other things. That's next.
Somebody who really has done what they were supposed to do, or maybe wasn't expected to do, is Jalen Wells, the Western Conference Rookie of the Month.
What you're seeing right now is him showing that, hey, no matter where I was going to go in the draft, I was going to be ready.
Hey, Grizzlies fans, be sure to tune in to Grizzbeat, where the panel and I break down all things Grizzlies and take a look at the rest of the NBA as well. The show is live every Wednesday, 2 p.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Grizzlies are just having fun out there tonight. Morant around a screen, bumped by Wagner. No look to Smart, lays it up on the window and in, and it is all Grizz. The Grizzlies have the fans on their feet at FedEx Forum.
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans, one exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals texted straight to you during the Grizzlies 2024-2025 season. Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
Sonic Radio. Welcome back to Sonic RNDIO. That spells radio with me, the CIO. This just in, the new Sonic $1.99 menu lets you build a crave-worthy meal for just $1.99 an item. Whether that's a creamy shake, crispy tots, or a quarter-pound double cheeseburger. This just out. Ostriches. They're mean, not very cute, and in my opinion, way too big for a bird. Don't miss the Sonic Fun 99 menu. 5 items, always $1.99. Live free, eat Sonic.
Tax not included. See menu for details.
Thanks for showing up, Memphis. Nothing beats catching your Grizzlies IRL, and nobody knows that better than you. So next time you want to hit up a game, Ticketmaster's got your back with tickets to every upcoming matchup. Whether you're catching the Grizzlies at home or on the road, you'll find tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Keep putting that jersey collection to use and get Grizzlies tickets today. There's no better brag than saying you saw it live. See you courtside again soon, Memphis.
Look at that. We got the whole Grizzlies team just infiltrated our studio. Santi Aldama's in the house. Look at everybody. The whole Grizzlies team. Look at Zach Edey's in the house. John Morant's in the house. Say hello. Say hello. Yo.
The Chris Vernon Show, live on weekdays at noon on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
How about them
How
Tigers?
about
Go
the Tigers?
Tigers. Go.
Beat Tulane in a game that nobody called. Nobody thought was going to happen. They were a 2-touchdown underdog, and they got the win.
Number 25 in the AP right now, number 24 in the coaches poll right now. So this is a Tigers football team that's going to end the regular season ranked in both major polls, possibly ranked in the CFP as well with 10 wins. That's a damn good season.
The Odds Couple, live at 2 p.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Feeling lucky, spin to win, major ticket deals for the Grizzlies versus the Brooklyn Nets game Friday, December 13th. With one spin, you can unlock floor seats, free tickets, or an exclusive ticket deal to the game. Head to grizzlies.com/spin to win. We welcome you back. Teresa Walker of the Associated Press joins us each and every Thursday. She joins us now. Teresa, slow news day.
Oh, there's nothing going on in the world of sports. I mean, nothing. I mean, NFL owners met yesterday. Joe Burrow's house got broken into during the Monday night game. There's all just, and then, a man who's been nicknamed Dr. Evil, the hoodie, is going to Chapel Hill to become Chapel Bill. I mean, I can't take credit for that. A colleague of mine came up with that one, but I was just reading before I joined you an ESPN.com story saying where this is him saying to an expletive, shall we say, to the NFL, and he, the statement that was released last night by North Carolina on this 5-year deal that he loves colleges. That's where he grew up. Well, because the NFL has moved on past Bill Belichick. And for people who think that he's going to walk in and just totally dominate this college football landscape, which, guys, by the way, is still the wild, wild west. The musical chairs are still moving. We still have conference realignment. The portal is wide open, and players are going It's like watching a roulette wheel at times. And I say that having been in a courtroom last week for Diego Pavia, trying to get an extra year or so at Vanderbilt. And then I see guys who have stuck around. There's a guy playing college who started at the same time that Trevor Lawrence did at Clemson. And Trevor Lawrence is on his second deal in the NFL, and this guy is still in college. And you're trying to tell me that Diego Pavia can't have another year in college football at Vandy? Come on now. I wanted to raise my hand and be an expert witness when the NCAA attorney said, Vanderbilt will just get another quarterback. And I'm like, no, not like this. So I am very curious to see how a school that got rid of a 73-year-old coach in Mac Brown, Cookeville native, shout out, to change things up, going with an 8-time Super Bowl champion, no Tom Brady involved in this, and he's going to North Carolina. I'm sorry. I'm going to need to see this work before I buy in.
I was very much looking forward to getting your takes on this because there have been two camps that have seemed to faction off. Those who cover the NFL and have experience with Bill Belichick within the NFL thinking this is a home run hire. What a gift for North Carolina to get Bill Belichick, where there seems to be more caution coming from those heavily involved in the college football space of this is the wild, wild west for many of the reasons you just noted. NIL, transfer portal. We just saw Nick Saban, someone who felt like he could coach forever, step away from the game and become a broadcast figure within the sport of college football, and has openly discussed how difficult it is to be a college football coach in the year 2024. Now, Bill Belichick is entering into it. You bring both the NFL side of things, covering the Titans. You cover all things college football as well, and especially being in SEC country. And you mentioned Belichick not having Tom Brady this time around. also doesn't have Robert Kraft. Like the perfection of what New England had between Kraft, Belichick, and Brady. Now, the whole reason North Carolina goes with Bill Belichick is this promise of turning into an NFL model. And I saw that he is bringing in Mike Lombardi to serve as the GM of UNC football. What's your take on that hire, and who else could Bill Belichick potentially bring in that might help him in some of the more difficult portions of being a college coach?
Well, the funny thing is, a colleague of mine who covered, covers the Raiders and covered, Al Davis and such, brought back a quote from Al Davis saying, Mike Lombardi, look at how many jobs he's had. Maybe it's because he's not that great at them. So, and this might be the good fit, but it seems like Bill is getting the band back together in Chapel Hill. I mean, I'm seeing memes like Josh McDaniels and Matt Patricia being floated, and it's like, guys who tried to branch off and be NFL head coaches and failed spectacularly, shall we say, particularly in the case of Matt Patricia and McDaniels. So, and let's not forget what was left behind in New England that Gerard Mayo, Tennessee alum, is trying to salvage and put back together again, is in large part because Bill Belichick was the guy who was helping, he had a heavy hand on how they put that team together. So does he give up, he's bringing in a general manager, which a lot of college programs are doing because you have to. I mean, to manage, college coaches can be the closer, whether it's a high school recruit or a guy you're bringing in through the portal and somebody else is handling the NIL money, but you've got to have a closer. Bill Belichick can absolutely be that. I know that Tom Brady made fun of him. It's like and I saw one great meme, Bill Belichick dropping a challenge flag. It's like, here, take this NIL money. I mean, it's going to be, I think we're all going to be glued to this to see how it works. But just based on how things went the last few years in New England without Brady, and the challenges of winning, can he walk in the ACC and win? Sure, NIL makes it possible. Look what Clark Lee did at Vanderbilt, for God's sakes, this year. And the best he did was 6-6. So how do they measure success in North Carolina? Does that mean getting in the CFP? Does that mean going to bowl games? And will Bill Belichick be happy with going to the ReliaQuest Bowl or the Pop-Tart Bowl, getting mayo dumped over his head? Can you imagine that? I mean, it's just this. It feels like I'm turning in for the last 10 laps of a NASCAR race to see how many crashes they have before they get to the end.
Yeah, I want to see Bill Belichick in the Duke Mayo's Bowl, but I'd be willing to bet you he'd send like Patricia or McDaniels to do the Mayo dump. He's not doing that. We talked yesterday about Caitlin Clark being named Time Sports Person of the Year and some of the comments that she made, saying how you kind of have to, I don't want to say dumb things down, but you got to simplify things for college athletes, and a more simplified defense in college for her. She was able to take much more advantage of it, and in the pros, it's a much more complicated defense. I feel like that's going to be his biggest challenge here, is simplifying things for college kids. You cannot run NFL stuff for dudes who just graduated high school. It's got to be a much, much, much simpler offensive, defensive play sheet, offensive, defensive play or game plan, excuse me. If he can do that, I think he might be able to be okay. The coordinators do matter, and while Patricia and McDaniels were terrible head coaches, god-awful head coaches, McDaniels twice was a awful head coach, they're really, really good coordinators. But they're good coordinators, Teresa, at a different level, at the highest of the highest levels. Are they able to speak football for college-age players? That's something that I think will be his biggest challenge.
And that's a great point, CJ, because football can be as difficult and complicated as you want it to be. The Titans back, I think in 2002, put the media through an off-season day in the life of an NFL team. And they put me with the linebacker. So I'm in the room with Gunther Cunningham. And I've watched the NFL since the 70s. And it felt like I was suddenly studying physics combined with geometry, and and he dumbed it down. Now, Bill Belichick is brilliant, and you ask him one question on a conference call and you'll get an answer that goes 5 minutes, and he'll cover every single topic on the play. I think that he can address and get it to the level that these kids need it to be, and explain it. I mean, because I think at heart he is a teacher, but I mean, that's the problem, is like, how long does the patience go? How long does it last when they're not getting it? When he's dumbed it down as much as he can, and it's not sticking with these kids. I mean, we see pros being paid, and yes, now college athletes are being paid thanks to NIL, but, you know, and NFL professionals, you know, you can teach them, and I'm covering a team right now that just seems to keep hurting themselves. I mean, God bless you, Nicholas Petit-Frere, but, you know, maybe stop false starting all the time. You killed like 8 to 9 drives alone, you know, most on the Titans this year, twice last week. So it's one of those things that, you know, whose patience gives out first? Bill Belichick's? The players? Because of the players, it's like, I don't like this. I'm not putting up with this. I'm out of here. They can be gone just like that in a season. And how long, and this whole reported coach in waiting situation with his son Steven, it's like, you know, you know, everything on paper sounds great. Let's see how it works, because again, it is still the wild, wild west. And you know, Bill Belichick is a brilliant man. I will not dispute that. Knows football, but can he connect with this generation and these kids and get them to do what he wants them to do? And does he get frustrated before they get it?
The other thing that he, I think, needs to be able to do is coach with more compassion, right? Coach with more care. You can't. Bill Belichick could be cold and heartless, come in, do your job, and leave type of guy. Come in early, stay late, go home. I'm really not super interested in everything else happening outside of here. Well, in college, man, you kind of do have to be interested in what's going on in that young man's life. And I'm not sure if the compassion is all the way there. I will say it is encouraging that he has such a young girlfriend, because it shows he can relate to young people, I guess. But where's the compassion at?
Well, I thought the most telling clip of the week was Brady, Gronk, and Edelman on a pregame show talking about just this. And they were doing an imitation of Bill Belichick recruiting a player and being like, oh, you don't want to come here? We don't want you either. Like, you can't thrive, especially at North Carolina. Like, you can rest so much on Bill Belichick. This is someone who has been one of the greatest coaches of our lifetime and can figure out a way to get you to the pros. But also, we do exist in a time. CJ's absolutely right. Like, the kids of today are not the kids of 10 years ago, and I do think there has to be...
Wait, even with kids 10 years ago, even with young people 10 years ago, 20 years, 30 years, you have to coach college-age kids with compassion and care, because even though they're young men, I keep calling them kids, but they're young men at that age. They are fresh young men. Yeah. They are freshly out of that kid phase where so much care was given to them. You have to be able to give them that also. Nick Saban, I think, did a great job of that. Yes. Nick Saban can come off very curmudgeonly, but you go and talk to Alabama players like, yo, Coach Saban, I went through this, and this. Coach Saban looked out for me in this way, and this way, right? Yes, he was tough on the field, tough on me in practice, tough when I made mistakes, but he cared about me, and it made me want to play harder for him. Yeah. All you get from Bill Belichick, people, is he was tough in this way, and this way. Well, where was the care at? Oh, it wasn't there. You had to find that on your own. You needed to come in, do your job, and that's the Patriots motto. That's what it was. Do your job, not do your job and get a pat on the back, right? And if he can't do that, if he can't find the line between, hey, coaching hard and compassion, he'll lose, to your point, Teresa, he'll lose the attention of a lot of guys on his football team.
Now, the one thing that I found is players want to be made better. And they, you know, an alien can come down and start coaching them. And if it makes them a better player, and that's the thing that he has in his favor, I can get you to the NFL. Mm-hmm. I know that way. I know what you need to do to play in the NFL. That may be his biggest selling card, along with those 8 rings that I'm sure will get flashed at certain points. So, he may be able to draw off and bring in those players that don't care as much or can find other ways to help themselves off the field. So, I mean, let's face it, we're all going to be watching. But let's be honest. This is a man that we were hearing for the last couple of years wanted to chase down Don Shula's all-time coaching record. And I say this as a Reformed Dolphins fan. That ain't happening. Andy Reid's got the best shot at it now. And now Bill Belichick is readjusting because the man does like to coach. And I give him credit for switching gears. He didn't see anything out there opening for him this offseason, and he's going to go coach. And I feel sorry for my colleague in North Carolina who now has to cover him, but because I've been on a lot of those news conferences, we're on to Cincinnati. I can't wait to hear him say, we're on to Clemson.
You can't do that, Teresa, because you got to have personality to keep this NIL money coming in. Unless, listen, like the person that North Carolina kind of leans on for donations is Michael Jordan, and he's maniacal also. So if Belichick and him have a good enough relationship, he can do that, Teresa, because Michael be like, yeah, you damn right. It's all about wins. It's all about competing. That's what we want here. And he'll just give. Michael Jordan is a billionaire 10 times over. He'll just give him $20 million. Why? Why the hell not?
Maniacal dudes trying to make North Carolina. That's my biggest thing, like talking with both of you right now. I care less about the fact that Bill Belichick is 72 years old, although I did see Bomani Jones point out that if you were looking for an older former NFL coach to come lead a college team, you would have to get Pete Carroll to tell me no 15 times before turning over to Bill Belichick from a standpoint of someone who feels like they would fit the mold of both being a successful coach, an inspiring coach, a caring coach, a fun coach, a brand leader. But I don't care the age. With a championship. I don't care as much about the age. It's the gruffness. It's the lack of brands are everything right now in this sport. But I also understand that this is a huge, someone called this hire of Bill Belichick the most influential coaching hire in the history of college football. And we are at a precipice, I know, but we are at a precipice of this turning more and more into a business by the day. Now, I don't necessarily think Bill Belichick is, and this is my opinion, the right conduit towards making it a great business. He could totally prove me wrong. But we are approaching this time where college football is less and less the college football that we grew up with and more closer to the model of the NFL.
It feels like we've got, in this particular situation, we've got a military drill sergeant used to dealing with grown-ass men, screaming, hollering, cursing, threatening them with violence, going to teach at elementary school. Right? Like, that's kind of what this feels
sitcom.
like. We kind of did it with Kindergarten Cop. But it wasn't as bad.
No. With one of the Wayans brothers.
Major Payne. But no,
you.
that was high school age kids with one elementary schooler. I'm taking it down one more level. And even with Major Payne, Teresa, like there was some growing pains with Major Payne. They almost fit Payne out of the school.
I just want to know if it's part of his contract that Bill has to do a coach's show, because I can't wait for somebody to call in and say, Coach Bill, why'd you do this on that down and this? And then he'll get a 10-minute lecture on why he did that. I mean, if you think, somebody calling into the Five Pound Show or something, or Vol calls, I cannot wait for a Bill Belichick coaching call or coaching show with North Carolina. Please give that to me. I want to listen to it now.
I cannot wait for UNC at Cal next season. Bill Belichick has to fly to Berkeley to play the Cal Bears. I cannot wait for Bill Belichick at Syracuse in the Dome. I mean, just games like that. It feels wild, but that is the reality that we are now all stepping forward. And I can't wait for the first Bill Belichick TikTok dance. Because if you want to recruit the kids, you got to get on the TikTok. Actually, no, you don't, because it's going to go away in like a month.
But you got to be able to do the slide, right? I mean, Nick Saban showed he could get down with the family when he needed to.
That's true. Yeah, Bill Belichick in the living room, a little different.
Electric slide Bill Belichick?
He would just be like, no, this is stupid.
Oh, that would be incredible.
He needs to get 1 ounce of Brian Kelly's try-hardness. Just 1 ounce where he goes in and attempts to be the family.
It's not working for Brian Kelly, though, so don't do that.
I said 1 ounce. You don't want the full thing. Full thing doesn't work. You just need a little sprinkle. sprinkle of personality. Maybe he'll bring his girlfriend with him on recruiting visits. Not
Bill
in a weird
Belichick
way.
has
Don't
a-
be weird with it. I just meant from a standpoint of having a younger person to help him like speak the lingo.
Apparently he can.
Apparently he can. He's been funny. The last 3 months of Bill Belichick, I've been very negative on this, but he's been great. He's been a personality. We're like, where was this smiling and laughing Bill Belichick with, like you said, 5-minute monologues on everything about the game that makes you feel smarter listening to him talk while also smiling? Will he still smile in Chapel Hill / Chapel Bill? We'll find out, Teresa. Hey, you get Titans Bengals this week. I know we have to let you go because we went heavy on this, but I did want to ask you real quick. Brian Callahan had to take a question last week after the Titans only scored 6 points against the Jags. Great for their draft position, not great for morale. And somebody asked him if he was confident in his future with the Titans. He said he doesn't worry about that stuff. Should he?
No, I don't think he should. I mean,
Okay.
This is an organization that got rid of a GM 2 years ago, a coach in January. At a certain point, they've got to start building back. That this team lacks talent, and that's where they need time to rebuild the roster.
All right. Teresa, thanks for joining us. We'll catch up with you next week. Consensual heart hands. That was Teresa Walker. You can find her on Blue Sky, Teresa Walker. You can find her on Twitter still at Teresa M. Walker, and you can read her latest always at the Associated Press. We will take a quick break. When we come back, it is Thursday. Oh, I wish it was Friday. It is draft day, and we are drafting alternative broadcasts for sports. So we just had a Simpsons broadcast. We've had a Toy Story broadcast. We've had a Nickelodeon broadcast. What are the future universes that we want different sports leagues to tap into with their special broadcasts? Plus, we have our Grizzlies Sonic Mailbag question of the week. We will do that on the other side.
Get the squad together for this year's Junior Grizzlies 3-on-3 tournament. Presented by 2K at the Built Ford Tough practice facility inside FedEx Forum. On Saturday, January 4th, teams will compete in 3 games before advancing to single elimination play. Overall winners from the 10 and under, 12 and under, and 14 and under divisions will win Grizzlies tickets, including exclusive access to the pregame team shoot-around before the Grizz take on the Pelicans January 24th. Sign up today at hoopitup.com/Grizzlies. Hoop on the Grizzlies home court at Junior Grizzlies Game Day Clinics presented by Ortho South. Clinics are open to kids ages 6 to 14 and last 60 minutes. The next clinic tips off December 23rd, the same day the Grizzlies play the Clippers. All skill levels are welcome, from beginner to competitive athlete. Sign up now before spots sell out at grizzlies.com/Junior Grizzlies. Registration includes a Junior Grizzlies t-shirt and 2 tickets to the game that day.
Anticipate each challenge. Make a quick response. Capitalize on every opportunity. And win. Greatness won't wait. It's true in basketball. It's true in banking. Grizzlies Checking from Pinnacle. Play hard. Bank easy. Open a Grizzlies checking account with at least $100 and a recurring direct deposit by August 31st. And you could receive a $200 direct deposit bonus into your account. Details at grizzliesbanking.com. Member FDIC.
Lob for Edie. Yes. Step back 3. Bingo. Powers it in. Durant.
Win big with Grizzlies Spin to Win ticket deals. Spin the wheel for your chance to win floor seats, free tickets, or unlock exclusive savings on tickets when the Grizz host the Brooklyn Nets on December 13th. Head to grizzlies.com/spin to win.
Thanks for showing up, Memphis. Nothing compares to catching your Grizzlies IRL. And that all starts with buying tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Ticketmaster gets you to the game so you can catch every highlight. Put that jersey collection to use for the next game and get Grizzlies tickets at Ticketmaster. Whether they're here at FedEx Forum or on the road, Ticketmaster's got your back when it comes to scoring tickets. And there's no better brag than saying you saw it live.
D'Anthony Melton took my boys, my little guys, to the ice cream stand. He was like, I'm going to get ice cream. You want to go with? So he took my little guys to the ice cream stand. So, you know, guess who their favorite player is now? John Morant. But outside of that, DeAnthony Melton's pretty high up on the list. How about this? We got used small DeAnthony Melton jerseys at our house right now. Love DeAnthony Melton. That was a fun night.
It was a fun night, man.
The Gary Parrish Show, live on weekdays at 10 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Yellow laces, really bright yellow primary color. You got black on the trim and on the edges.
I gotta get 'em.
And you've got some red there as well. Look at that right there, Mike. Look at that right there.
Man, look at that G. Look at that G, boy. That G is moving strong right there, too, man.
Get all of your HBCU sports and culture news by tuning in to HBCU Huddle with CJ Hurt and Mike Wallace. New episodes drop every Thursday on grindcitymedia.com, YouTube, and Spotify.
Welcome back. One more note on Bill Belichick, because my dad texted you and I during the break, and he said, Reed Belichick, similar to Colorado hiring Deion Sanders, North Carolina hiring Bill is an attempt to make sure that when the new college football model materializes, 40, 50, or 60 teams, Carolina makes the cut. That's interesting.
I don't think that's relevant at all, because coaches come and go.
But it's about right now. If that happens, there is going to be, and especially with the news that their NIL collective is going to boost up to $20 million, all of that's attached.
Yeah, it's all connected, and I think North Carolina is fine. When the split happens, I feel like a doomsday dude, like a crazy psychopath just walking up and down the street.
When the big earthquake happens, when the aliens happen, and when the big split happens in college football.
When the big split happens, North Carolina is fine and desirable because that state rocks with North Carolina, right? They got a big share of that state. North Carolina is also one of the best research universities in the nation. That shouldn't matter at all as it pertains to sports, but it matters because that's what the Big Ten is looking for in their conference. You get into that Charlotte market, and North Carolina basketball is really good, and that's one of the few basketball programs that's also really, really profitable. Mm-hmm. And so when you look at the men's basketball side of things, North Carolina has that going for them as well. Now, who comes with North Carolina is the question.
Right.
Because you're not bringing all of them. You're not bringing
NC State.
Maybe Duke. Probably Duke
carries a brand too.
I understand that, but it's not a good football brand.
I know.
It's not a good enough football brand.
Correct.
So who comes with North Carolina? We will exist in a world where North Carolina is not playing Wake, North Carolina is not playing North Carolina State, or North Carolina is not playing Duke. North Carolina is fine. Who comes with North Carolina is the question there.
Yeah, I mean, we literally have a shade of blue named after North Carolina.
Carolina Blue.
Carolina Blue. And your brain immediately goes to Baby Blue, North Carolina. All right. Starting with our Sonic Mailbag. This is our second week doing our new Sonic Mailbag. And a reminder that if you want to submit a question for us to answer each week, you can go to grindcitymedia.com and find the Sonic Mailbag. We pick one question at semi-random. CJ picks the question. You pick the question, right? Or is the question
Why are you putting that on me?
I don't know.
We pick at random.
Okay, fine. We pick at random on where the question comes from.
You're going to have people outside the forum mad because I didn't pick their damn question.
Yeah. Puts a little more stress on it.
Yeah.
A little more importance on it.
Yeah. Thanks, Jessica. Now when I get hounded,
CJ absolutely does not pick
somebody's
the
going to
question
take a
of the
crowbar
week.
to my kneecap, and I won't be able to be in here. I hope you're happy, or I will have to be in here.
I hope
I'll be
you're happy.
I not unlike Glenda. I don't hope you're happy. I mean that sarcastically.
I wish you no bliss.
No good.
All right. The question of the week is: do you contribute the Grizzlies being toward the middle of the pack in opponents' points per game to their turnover struggles, or have they simply not hit their stride defensively yet? This is the Sonic Mailbag question.
James.
Shout out James for the question. Is it a cop-out to say a little bit of both, but mostly you're still down two of your better wing defenders, one of your perhaps best in Vince Williams Jr., only coming back for a sprinkle of games before getting injured again, and still awaiting the return of Gigi Jackson? This is still a top 10 defense in the NBA. Top 10 defense, top 10 offense. I haven't been as concerned with the defensive performance as of late. Some of these games down the stretch, teams have been able to score because the Grizzlies have been up by so much. They have so many double-digit wins this season that in terms of the points per game stat, teams have added on late in games. But I'm not watching these games concerned for the Grizzlies defense, but I guess also optimistic that there is still an extra level to add there. What say you?
Was doing Grizzbeat yesterday. They had a interesting conversation about the Grizzlies, and Drew Hill brought up the fact, hey, we were all panicking at the start of the season about the three-point defense. I think the new rule should be wait until about mid-December before we make any sweeping conclusions or generalizations about what this team is defensively under Taylor Jenkins. I think every single year under Taylor Jenkins, they start off really, really bad defending the three. And then as the year goes on, and it's particularly in the month of December, they figure some things out defensively as it pertains to defending the three, and they're much, much better. So I'm with you. I think that is just, we're barely a quarter of a way through the season, and the Grizzlies' second best defensive player to me on the perimeter, Vince Williams Jr., is not playing right now. When he gets out there on the court and he gets his win back and he gets back into the flow and the rhythm of playing in the NBA, I think that they'll be a better defensive team. But like you said, they're still top 10. So if they're going to be better, I will say I think they'll be better when he comes back. Talking about top 5, top 3 with that offense, like that's scary.
Like we're watching the Thunder and the Rockets the last 2 nights, and 2 teams with top 3 defenses in the NBA right now. And I'm not watching that thinking, oh, I'm concerned with how the Grizzlies measure up defensively. Like if you had to get into a defensive grind it out, if you have to throw it back to the 1990s, I think the Grizzlies can win a game in the 90s still at this point in the season. So good question, James. Don't forget, submit your questions for all future Sonic
Tommy
Mailbags.
in the chat also brings up a good point. Higher pace equals more turnovers equals
100%.
lower defensive percentage.
Yes.
But
more possessions.
I think they'll be beyond fine defensively.
I do too. All right, let's do our draft. It is Thursday, it is draft day, and we are drafting alternate broadcast universes we would like to see in sports. This comes off of the NFL's Simpsons Monday Night Football broadcast. This we've seen with the Toy Story broadcast. We've seen with the Nickelodeon games, which is a little different because those aren't the full animated experience that we had with the Simpsons with Toy Story. We are going to get our first animated NBA game with the Mickey and Minnie NBA Christmas extravaganza on Disney. That is not the name of it. It's Fa-la-la something. I should really find out what it is. But they are using the Mickey and Minnie.
Fa-la-la-la-la slam. Fa-la-la-la-la-la. It's something to do with dunking a basketball.
Hey, hold on.
That's what it is. You keep talking, I can look it up. Because when you type, you stop talking. And
I know, but when you type, you stop talking.
Yeah, so, but
Dunk
it's your
the halls,
show.
CJ. How did we not remember
Okay,
Dunk the Halls?
the Dunk the Halls.
Dunk the Halls with... Not the Grizzlies, because they're not playing in this game.
Okay.
That's too damn bad.
Is
but it is. I want the Grizzlies to be a part of something fun in a national broadcast standpoint. I know they are fun, but I want the other people around the country to see that they're fun. Is that asking too much? Yes, the answer is yes. Their next national TV game. The Grizzlies don't play a national television game until an NBA TV game on January 13th, and then it's their MLK Day game against the Timberwolves on TNT. That's their next big nationally televised opportunity, which is always a great day. One of the best games of the season. We always circle it. We always star it. Is it asking too much that I want Mickey and Minnie to be with Draw and Jaren?
Didn't y'all do a whole promotion campaign about doing things in the dark?
No.
You guys didn't.
When did I?
Oh, you were saying us and we like you work for the Grizzlies. Didn't the Grizzlies do a darkness campaign? John
Not
Morant,
this year?
John Morant in the dark?
That was a
okay,
while ago.
I thought y'all was moving in the dark is what I'm saying. That's all.
We can talk about it.
Okay.
Others can talk about
All
it.
right, but you can't talk about it if you're moving in the dark. If you're moving in silence like lasagna, like you can't talk about it.
Well, maybe
it can't be seen.
What's
The
a word
revolution isn't
what's a word
televised.
that doesn't have a silent G?
God, good grief.
Did you say God?
God.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that
No silent G there.
none there. I'm go.
Grizzlies.
Grizzlies, another one
The
with
G
a G.
is not silent.
Yes.
Speak on it. All right, we have to draft. Who gets the first pick? Let's go. Oh, I wonder who's gonna win. Yeah. I've lost like 8 straight, which is just disturbing. Yeah. Oh. Keep going. No. Ow. You hurt my ears.
Oh, you'll be okay.
Yay. My little Christmas duck won. All right. In honor of the news cycle this week, and things that have been topical with the...
Because you wanted... What did you want to do?
Going. What did
you
I
remember
want to
the
do?
one you wanted to do?
I did, but I'm not going to say it because
Okay.
I don't want you to take it.
Okay.
So with my number one pick...
The draft you wanted to do this week.
Oh, things that go fast.
Got you.
Like that duck right there that just won
whatever,
me the number
shut
one
up.
pick. All
Win
right.
with grace.
Impossible.
Win with class. Act like you've
Unfamiliar with
act
it.
like you've been here
Act like
before.
you've been here before. I haven't. I've lost like 8 straight. It's been a long, arduous fall. All right, with my number one pick in the draft, give me a Mario World broadcast. I want a Mario World. I want Mario. I want Luigi. That was my topical time in the news because everyone's been talking about Luigi all week. I want Yoshi to be, if this is an NFL broadcast, I want interceptions for Yoshi to come up and just be like, bleh, and take the interception, like take the ball.
For those of you who don't know, Yoshi is a dinosaur or a dragon who licks his tongue out.
He is a dinosaur. Thank you.
He's a dragon.
You told me he's not a dinosaur.
He's not a dinosaur. He's a dragon.
We fought a war over this.
He's a dragon. He breathes fire. Dinosaurs don't spit out fire.
Whatever.
He's got a tongue that's long like a frog and is sticky at the end, and so he licks the tongue out and licks the ball.
Yes.
Okay.
I want the like booze, the bigger booze flying around and being ominous. I want Goombas. I want Wario. I want one of the coaches to be Wario, perhaps. I think it'd be funny.
That's perfect for Bill Belichick if he was coach.
Yes, he is Wario energy. Big time. I want Princess Peach and Daisy, but I don't want them to be cheerleaders because that feels sexist. They need to be involved in the game. If Lisa Simpson can score a touchdown, Princess Peach can score a touchdown.
Sure.
Thank you.
Not only is Lisa Simpson a girl, but she's a children also. So if we've got children out there running around with grown men playing football, why not let women run around?
Yeah.
They're at least grown.
Sure.
And Princess Peach is a badass. And Daisy?
Thank you.
Daisy? Really, really fast on Mario Kart. I rock with Daisy.
I want the field to change venues like Mario Kart. But the first one has to be Rainbow Road. Like, that's it. We start
Which
on Rainbow Road.
It's like 4 of them.
The cool one.
Okay, all of them are cool. Are you talking about the one from Nintendo 64, the first Rainbow Road on Super Nintendo? Are you talking about the newer Rainbow Roads? I just
All
played
of
Mario
them.
Kart yesterday.
Okay.
Do I have my game with me? I do have it with me. I won't go
I
get
just
it.
want the Rainbow Road.
You want a rainbow?
I want a Rainbow
What is going
Road.
on in the Rainbow Road that you're most familiar with?
It's a road made of rainbows.
Okay.
And there's stars.
All right. Are
And
there
it looks
fireworks?
I don't know. I haven't played in far too long.
Okay, so clearly it's not the newer Rainbow Roads.
Okay. So an old school Rainbow
It's either
Road.
64 or Super. All right.
Yeah, I want DK Mountain. It's one of my other favorites. Toad Harbor. Cheap Beach. Can you imagine
I
it
know
just changes
exactly
from
which one
Rainbow
you're talking
Road
about.
to Cheap
Is that-
Beach?
I think that's the one on the Wii. You're talking about the.
There was Cheap Beach in the original too, I swear.
Was there?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's one of my favorites.
All right.
Anyway, Yoshi Circuit.
Yeah, I like Yoshi.
Thank you. I like my Mario World broadcast.
Hey,
It's
Jacob,
gonna
hop
be
in the box and
great.
say that so I can hear you. I thought I was gonna be able to sneak Super Mario.
I know,
in
and that's
there,
why I took it first.
In there, like number 3 overall pick. You are throwing me off here. I'm a little bit. I'm a little staggered. Also, somebody in the chat said that Komodo dragons breathe fire and they're dinosaurs. First off, Komodo dragons
do not breathe
and
fire.
they're not dinosaurs. They're lizards. What are we talking about
Like,
here?
can you imagine is there still a Komodo dragon at the Memphis Zoo?
Was there ever one?
There was a Komodo dragon at the Denver Zoo, and I
Okay.
get my zoos mixed up in
I
my
don't
head
think-
sometimes.
I don't think that.
It was a big deal when the Komodo
'Cause
dragon came to the Denver Zoo. Like, the lines were crazy. Can you imagine if you went to the zoo and watched a fire-breathing dragon?
No, I can't.
It's just a lizard.
No, I can't.
Not just a lizard.
The one I thought
biggest
you were
lizard.
the one I thought you were going to go with, and I resigned myself to not get it, was Harry Potter. And so I will, since
Fair
it's
take
here, I will take Harry Potter. So that is first off a beautiful universe. One, there are a lot of different things you can do in said universe. You got wizards and witches, for crying out loud. Not only those, you got a bunch of magical, mythological creatures. You could change the team names to creatures in the universe. So you'd be the fighting hippogriffs versus what's another magical creature? I don't know. One of the other a nibbert. Isn't that one? What? Nibbert?
I didn't know what you were saying there.
I said nibbert.
A basilisk?
Basilisk. So you can go basilisk versus hippogriffs or one of these other creatures. That would be fun to see. Phoenix, you throw that one in there as well. You could play it in the Chamber of Secrets. You could play it in the Forbidden Forest. Like, there are different places where you could play this at as well. You could throw in some quirkiness where the ball, whatever your ball is, becomes the snitch. The little golden snitch that you have to try and grab. You can make the ball that as well. You can get interviews from Ron, Hermione, Harry himself. You can say, oh no, it's the fourth quarter. It's getting real dark. What's that in the sky? That's the Death Eaters logo. All of a sudden, Lord Voldemort is here. So there are cool things you can do with the Hogwarts universe. Give me a Hogwarts
I agree.
game. Yeah.
And the whole thing has to be done in British accents. We don't even get that for the London broadcast. At least give us an all British accent Harry Potter world. Are they on brooms at any time? That was in my notes. I would put them on brooms the whole time. I would make it like Quidditch. I would turn Quidditch into the NFL if I was doing the Harry Potter broadcast. All right, that was a good pick. That was going to be my second pick. So now I have to pivot.
I'm not making that up, am I?
What?
You play Hogwarts Legacy, the little small furry thing. Weren't they nibberts?
I think so.
Okay.
I don't really remember the name of them, but the ones that you went and then put in your little room.
Yeah.
And then
you could get their fur. You could get
and you
your
could get
fur
their things,
and do magical things with the
then
fur.
Then you had
also.
the horses.
Yeah.
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 I think that's what they were called. Okay. All right. My next broadcast is going to be. They're always trying to get more women to watch sports games, CJ. And so this one is specific for football, but it doesn't have to be.
I think I'm thinking the Nifflers. Go ahead.
There you go. Different consonants in the middle there. Give me a Disney Princess Powder Puff football game. Disney Princess Powder Puff football. All of the players are Disney princesses. Don't be weird about it. Just let it happen. Allow for Belle and Aurora and Tiana and Mulan and Pocahontas and Meg and Elsa and Cinderella and Snow White, and I can't think of any other Disney princesses, but it doesn't just have to be princesses. You could throw Tinkerbell into the mix. All of the, Mirinda, the one from Brave, she can be in the mix. All of them. And it's a powder puff game, just like in the olden days of high school. And we get to watch girls play football.
If that's what we're doing.
Oh my God, the men will melt down.
If that's what we're doing, let's go to a Barbie universe then. Oh, wait, don't type that up. Change it. We're not doing a Barbie universe. Polly Pocket universe. Let's get it going. Let's get real weird with this.
That's out of control.
Let's do it. Polly Pocket universe.
No.
Yes. Let's put them all, put everybody in the little Polly Pocket living room or what have you. We can have Polly herself bopping about doing things, get some of the friends involved also. Give me a Polly Pocket universe. The real ones will rock with it.
All right. Okay, with my number 3 pick, in a galaxy far, far away, give me a Star Wars broadcast, because if you make something Star Wars, a ton of people watch, and you know Disney loves cross-promotion. Nobody loves cross-promotion quite like Disney, and so they could either do... They've got everything. They got NFL, they've got NHL, they got NBA, they have MLB. They can pick. They could do a Star Wars broadcast for every single professional sporting event. They could do a whole Star Wars day where everything is Star Wars. But I think it could be cool. I would love for things to look like they are in space at certain points with all the stars and the cool lights and lightsabers. Like if a lightsaber fight broke out in the middle of a game, that'd be like if the players were fighting, suddenly lightsabers just popped up in their hands and it looked like they were using those. We could go a lot of different directions on this. Darth Vader calls the whole game. In that
how do we do that
voice.
Without James Earl, R.I.P.
AI.
Oh, well.
If we're not using AI for that, what's the point of AI? If we're not having James Earl Jones's voice come back from the dead, we brought Tupac back in a hologram. We can bring James Earl Jones's voice for the Darth Vader broadcast of a Star Wars game. I'm just saying.
If you don't like my Polly Pocket pick, you don't see the vision. Number 3, Marvel. Not even the MCU, not just the MCU. Give me everything incorporated. So give me the MCU, give me the comic books, grab some of these cartoons as well. You could do a different Marvel property in every quarter. So you can give me images from the old Spider-Man cartoon and the old X-Men cartoon from the 90s. Then you can move some into the MCU if you would like to. Then you can give me a quarter of the comic book strips if you want, right? Like, give me the MCU. You could play it. You could have things collapsing all around you because of some epic showdown that is going on. Like the football game is a battle on the field. You can have another battle happening behind with Vision taking on Thanos, and you can have Thor and them involved as well. Get Spider-Man in it, get Green Goblin or Hobgoblin or what's the one with 8 legs, Dr. Octavius involved. Like, give me the Marvel universe in broadcast form. That would be really, really cool.
I should have just stolen the MCU from you after you went with Polly Pocket with the number 2 pick.
You don't see the vision.
I melted your brain.
You don't see the vision if you don't see Polly Pocket.
It's
you don't
very
see the
Honey,
vision.
I Shrunk the Kids.
Yes.
Which is cool.
It would be perfect.
But, like, is Polly Pocket even still a thing?
No, that means it's really, really affordable. You don't have to pay anything.
Who made Polly Pocket? I'm trying to help you out.
I think
here.
Mattel. And I think we're getting a Polly Pocket movie. Why do I feel like we're getting a Polly Pocket movie?
I don't know if it's Mattel.
Is it not Mattel?
You could have done Mattel toys.
I could have done all of Mattel.
And that would have been kind of cool.
Polly Pocket is really, really cool.
All right. My next one is going to be... These are all realistic because, again, no one cross-promotes like Disney. And we're going to go with the Muppets. Give me a Muppets broadcast.
I was going to take that last. That's a good pick. That's a damn good pick.
Everybody wants a Muppets broadcast in their world. I think this is the perfect timing after they just got rid of the Muppets ride experience at Disney World, and so they can make people happy. Oh, the broadcast crew should be Kermit and Fozzie Bear, IMO. Which would yours be? Statler and Waldorf do the halftime show. They can't do a whole game.
I just want them to get tossed too randomly during the game so they can say mean things, right? And we've got to get good writers involved.
Yeah.
So we don't know what it's not some of them can be pre-recorded, pre-taped, like I already know. But I need them to react live to stuff happening in the game in the meanest possible way. So that's what I would like. So I think you can go. Kermit is absolutely on the broadcast. I would go Kermit and Gonzo. And then I would throw...
Is Fozzie the sideline reporter? Because I don't want to make Miss Piggy the sideline reporter.
I mean, that's what
it's too gendered.
That's what we do with women. So Miss Piggy is on the sideline. Miss Piggy is either on the sideline, Jessica, because women...
Can she host the pre-game show?
Or she can host the pre-half post show.
Okay, that's all we get.
That's all you guys get. Like, I'm sorry. It's not... I didn't make the rules. I was just born into this.
If it's football. If it was basketball, we have Doris Burke.
So
if we're taking this to... Again... ESPN, ABC, Disney has everything, so this could be
so if it's football, she's pre-half post.
Sure.
If it's basketball, she can be, but she can't be with Kermit. There's too much tension
but
there.
People get so mad.
So it would be Gonzo and Miss Piggy as on the call.
Kermit has to be the play-by-play guy.
No, because there's too much sexual tension between he and Miss Piggy. You know, they broke up. They broke up recently.
I know, but I'm saying my point is that Kermit has to be play-by-play, so Miss Piggy can't be the analyst, and that's okay. We can find another spot.
I would say
like
Gonzo.
You said, it's still unrealistic. We only have one.
Or also, here's another question for you. You're taking Muppets.
Yes.
Are Muppets and the Sesame Street characters the same?
Because then you
could go Kermit and Big Bird.
I love that. I'm blending it.
Yes.
Where's Elmo?
Elmo will be on the pre-half post show with Miss Piggy.
Or is Elmo sidelines?
Do you not want Fozzie on the sidelines? Fozzie or Gonzo?
I don't know.
Like, this is hard.
I want Beaker breaking down film.
Oh, yes. Yes, Beaker.
I want Rizzo the rat being the random animal that
runs
ends
onto
up on the field at some point, but makes a show of it. We also could have the halftime performance. Ooh. Did you hear the news that Beyonce's halftime performance for it's the Ravens Who on Christmas?
I don't know. It's on Netflix.
It's going to be the longest halftime performance of all time.
Hey, got to make people forget about what's going on elsewhere.
Anyway, I love my Muppets broadcast. The Count. Like the Count comes on to do some sort of numbers dealio.
Let's count how many yards we have to get to the first down. A 1, and 2.
I don't like you. I don't like that laugh.
Well, whatever.
And we again have Bill Belichick in the role of Oscar the Grouch. He just keeps popping up.
That would be great.
Okay, your last one.
Polly the Pocket is getting a movie. It is Mattel. I knew
Whatever.
that. I knew that. It's a live action movie by somebody important. What's her name? All right, I'll figure out her name later. How many picks do I got left?
I'll find the name while
You'll
do
find
it.
the name. Oh, I got 2 left.
The first thing
Perfect.
that comes up is a Vogue article. Maybe, just maybe, we don't actually need a Polly Pocket movie.
Shut up, Vogue. Nobody cares. Give me. Are you ready for it?
Yeah.
Give me a Nightmare on Elm Street. Let's lean into Halloween. Let's get some scariness going. Let's make the people a little uncomfortable. Everybody's asleep. We're dreaming about football. And what's this? Freddy Krueger is here to do scary things as this basketball game is happening, as this football game is happening, could we get this? Late October is right around the start of World Series, right? Could we get a Nightmare on Elm Street alternative broadcast for a World Series game? Let's go.
I like leaning into the holidays. I do. I would prefer not to fix your draft for you again. Just horror movie universe.
You can't do that. You can't do that.
At Universal Studios, they do Hollywood Horror Nights. It blends all of the horror movies together. Why can't...
Not all of them. It's all of them that Universal has.
Sure, okay. Does the Universal do Nightmare on Elm Street?
I don't know.
I'm just trying to give you more... It's very specific. Everybody has a favorite scary movie. If you can add all of those into the mix... But that's fine. Nightmare on Elm Street only.
You don't get to cross over in that way with these things, right? So it wasn't Nickelodeon and Nick Jr. It was just Nickelodeon.
Well,
it wasn't Nickelodeon. It wasn't
but the
Nickelodeon.
Disney princesses aren't.
It's all Disney.
Okay.
And that's specific. It's you didn't say all cartoon animated movies, right? You didn't say all cartoon Christmases. No, I'm taking Nightmare on Elm Street because I'm not a cheater, unlike you. Okay. Very clearly. My list is incredible, by the way. Luke, clip me saying my list is incredible. If you don't like Polly Pocket.
You can say it again. I interrupted you.
My list is incredible. Clip it. If you don't like Polly Pocket, you don't know ball.
My favorite guy is in the chat.
TMZ is back?
No. Onopoki. Onopoki is my favorite restaurant in this city. Fast restaurant in the city where I takeout restaurant in the city. Actually, it's just my favorite restaurant in the city. And its owner is the nicest human on earth. And he's in the chat and he watches us all the time. And every time I come in, he asks how the Grizzlies are doing, and he's the best. So shout out Onopoki. If you have never been there, you should go.
Lily Collins is in the Polly Pocket movie. The chick from
the
Emily in Paris.
The Polly Pocket movie is not happening.
It is happening.
It was supposed to be Lena Dunham, and there's been no update on it since 2021.
Because they're moving in silence like lasagna.
They're cooking.
We've spent way too long on this.
I know we have, and now I'm in a tizzy over what the last pick is. I don't know what to take. I had so many ideas. Suddenly, I thought I was really going to be like grabbing at the bottom of the barrel, and now there's multiple that I want.
You take one, Jessica. Come on.
Give me a Pokemon broadcast.
Oh, really?
It's got to be Pokemon.
You suck.
Got to catch them all.
You're awful.
And all of the players are a different Pokemon, no matter the sport. And I think that creates a fun thing. I think fans should be able to vote on which Pokemon their favorite player is. Like, you figure out which teams are playing, and then the fans vote to make there has to be fan interaction here. So, like, Ja Morant is Pikachu. There you go.
He's more of a score bunny, but whatever.
I know.
I wouldn't expect you to know
I stole this from you. I didn't want to take Pokemon, but again,
awful.
You took Polly Pocket.
Because Polly Pocket is a banger of a pick.
I wanted to
you
take,
don't see the
as
vision.
Vance in the chat said, I wanted to take Wicked. But I didn't. I couldn't make it work in my head.
Okay. All right. I mean.
What's your last pick?
I think I am going to take. I think I'm going to take Looney Tunes. I'm taking Looney Tunes. I'm taking the Bugs Bunny in them. They already got a movie in Space Jam, right? So they know what's going on with sports. They're sports literate. Pit Bugs on the call with Elmer Fudd.
Yeah.
Throw Daffy on the sideline. You can get Pepe. Don't let him speak. Don't let him touch anybody. But he's already black and white, so he can be a referee, right? Because the referees have the stripes.
Do you think this is Pepe's redemption? He gets to be a ref?
Yeah, he gets to be a ref. Pepe's still around. We just don't let Pepe do anything.
I don't want Pepe's hands anywhere on this game.
He's touching the balls willingly now.
You
Like
love
he's got
refs.
permission.
You would. You're a ref lover.
I think they do an exceptional job officiating.
CJ Hurt, ref lover.
Is that a slur now?
You'd like to watch
That
refs
sounds-
more? Yeah,
that
it
sounds
is.
so slurry.
Nasty. You're a ref lover.
Yeah, give me Looney Tunes.
That's a good one. Can I tell you the one that I didn't pick that I really wanted to take?
Which one?
That would have maybe lost me the draft. I've learned. I took, as was it Courtney in the chat who said I took what the defense gave me because that's exactly the strategy that I deployed today. This is a niche universe.
Okay.
But obviously Degrassi has me in my nostalgia feels. I want a Disney's One Saturday Morning broadcast with a throwback to everything that was on One Saturday Morning, which would feature Doug, Recess, Lizzie McGuire, Even Stevens, and the Proud Family.
Oh,
and
can't
there's
have
already
everybody in
precedent.
Even Stevens,
There's already precedent. Oh yeah, Shia LaBeouf can sit at home. NBA had NBA Inside Stuff one time on One Saturday Morning, so they could do a whole tie-in here.
Okay. That would
One
be good.
Saturday morning.
That would
I was
be good.
proud of that one. Hunger Games was on my list.
I couldn't figure out how to make the Hunger Games work for
Me
me.
neither. It felt too on the
Twilight
nose
wasn't
in
on
these
your
trying
list?
times. Couldn't make that work either. Although if you did a Twilight baseball broadcast, the Twihards would lose their ever-loving minds. Like
A Twilight baseball broadcast
because
would
of
be
the
incredible.
epic baseball
Yeah.
scene in the Twilight movie. If you know, you know. Did you have any others?
Star Trek, DC
Okay.
Universe, TMNT, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I also had Disney Princesses on there. That one really upset me. Barbie was on my list. Aliens and Saw.
Saw?
Saw. Yeah,
You can't, if you took all the horror movies.
well, you can't do that.
The best way, oh my God. If you did do all, in mine, if I would have taken all the horror movies, my horror movie broadcast would start with Jigsaw rolling on and saying, do you want to play a game?
They start the music.
It'd be so good. I had South Park on my list
Okay.
as a adults only broadcast because I would want them to like really lean into just the most ridiculous stuff.
That'd be good.
And I wanted the game to be played at Casa Bonita.
Has it
I gotta
opened
get-
yet?
Yes.
Okay.
I tried to go when I was in Denver.
Yeah.
My friend had reservations, but it was like 3 p.m. and I didn't get until 4. And I learned you get reservations like 6 months in advance for Casa Bonita, and you have to show up when that time is, whatever the time may be. Someday I'll go back to you and get you sopapillas at Casa Bonita. But until then, we have to take a break because we contractually have to take one more break, even though it's 9:25, and we'll talk about like 2 quick movie things on the other side. CJ has some what we're watching. I got really excited. Selena Gomes is engaged, and Timothee Chalamet is making the rounds for his latest press tour. We'll get into that when we come back.
Grizzlies are just having fun out there tonight. Morant around a screen, bumped by Wagner. No look to Smart, lays it up on the window and in, and it is all Grizz. The Grizzlies have the fans on their feet at FedEx Forum.
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans, one exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals texted straight to you during the Grizzlies 2024-2025 season. Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
Southland Casino Hotel is helping you navigate to Santa. Win your share of up to $340,000 in free play or a 2024 Lincoln Navigator. Here Comes Santa kicks off November 24th. Get one free entry and earn additional entries for weekly Saturday drawings. Don't forget the grand finale drawing on Saturday, December 21st to win up to $5,000 in free play or a 2024 Lincoln Navigator. Win big during Here Comes Santa, only at Southland Casino Hotel.
Must be 21 plus. Play responsibly. For help quoting, call 800-522-4700. Thanks for showing up, Memphis. Nothing beats catching your Grizzlies IRL, and nobody knows that better than you. So next time you want to hit up a game, Ticketmaster's got your back with tickets to every upcoming matchup. Whether you're catching the Grizzlies at home or on the road, you'll find tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Keep putting that jersey collection to use and get Grizzlies tickets today. There's no better brag than saying you saw it live. See you courtside again soon, Memphis.
Grizz Nation gets set for tip-off 1 hour before every Grizzlies home game with the warm-up show. Get the latest news, notes, and analysis live from courtside at FedEx Forum.
This team is doing everything that Taylor Jenkins and his coaching staff envisioned it could do.
Join me, Lang Whitaker, along with Michael Wallace, Jessica Benson, and other personalities from Grind City Media, Memphis, and around the NBA. 1 hour before every home game, live at Grind City Media on X, YouTube, and the official Grind City Media mobile app.
How about them Tigers? Go.
Beat Tulane in a game that nobody called. Nobody thought was going to happen. They were a 2-touchdown underdog, and they got the win.
Number 25 in the AP right now, number 24 in the coaches poll right now. So this is a Tigers football team that's going to end the regular season ranked in both major polls, possibly ranked in the CFP as well, with 10 wins. That's a damn good season.
The Odds Couple, live at 2 p.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Welcome back. Before we do a little Theater Thursday on our way out of here, CJ, I need your help. Would you play Brock Purdy? Fantasy football playoffs have begun. CJ's stupid league, I didn't make the playoffs. Every other league I'm in made the playoffs.
Are we changing
really
the name of the
makes you
league
think.
from
Yes.
to just CJ Stupid League?
It's just simpler.
Okay.
You know, it kind of rolls off the tongue. Keep it simple, stupid. CJ Stupid League. CJSS.
CJ Stupid Ref Loving League.
You really would love refs. You would add refs.
I would add
to
refs.
fantasy
I would add
football.
refs.
You would find ways to put points
On penalties
attributed-
called?
Yes. Disgusting.
Do your job, referee. Keep balling out, refs.
Disgusting. Law and order. You're the party of law and order. As the furthest right person on this show, it should surprise nobody that CJ loves refs.
Law and order candidate right here.
Okay, I do need help. I want your opinion and the people's opinion. I have 2 leagues where I'm picking between playing Brock Purdy, who plays tonight, Thursday Night Football, Niners-Rams, or do I play Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers take on, why do I keep forgetting who the Packers play? It's driving me nuts. Why did I spell Packers with the 3? The Seahawks. They play the other NFC West team. And that's Sunday Night Football.
I might roll with Purdy.
I'm rolling with Purdy.
I might roll with Purdy.
I just wanted confirmation
I think
bias.
Short week 1, and the Rams just played a game where that defense was on the field a whole lot.
They don't have a very good defense.
And I would bank on them being being sore at the very least, probably banged up and tired. I would just go with Purdy. I don't know. You're asking about one quarterback who's probably going to give you 15 to 16 points, and the other one who might give you 18 to 20 points, right? So it's only a difference of 5 points-ish.
I think Purdy's floor is higher than Love's floor.
Okay.
That's my concern. I think Love's ceiling is higher than Purdy's, but floor-wise, Purdy's floor is higher. Like, he's going to get at least 12 to 15, where Love could bop one out and have... The Seahawks defense has been pretty good this season. Now it is Sunday Night Football. Anyway, okay, thank you. We're going with Purdy. We will talk about Thursday Night Football tomorrow. Now that I know it's Thursday Night Football, when I called Monday Night Football Thursday Night Football to start the week, we've come full circle within the concept of this show. Let's do a little Theater Thursday before we get out of here and into the rest of our day. CJ, you watched a couple things that we call movies.
I watched the Jamie Foxx special. I think that's what you would be most interested in, what other people might be most interested in. Jamie Foxx as a stand-up comedian hasn't been my cup of tea. He bounces around way too much for me. Like, it's way too fast moving for me, and it doesn't feel like he finishes jokes. He's funny. He's really, really funny. It also doesn't feel like he's a comedian. It feels like he's just a funny guy up on stage. And it's always felt that way to me as it pertains to Jamie Foxx stand-up, even the stuff from the 90s. And this one feels very much like that. I think it's titled, I Have Something to Say, I Can't, or What Had Happened Was. That's what it is. What Had Happened Was. And he talks about his stroke. It is, you'll cry multiple times watching it. And by you, not just you, but you, the listener right now, will cry multiple times watching it. There are a whole bunch of beautiful moments that I don't want to give away, because if you allow yourself to sit in the space that he creates, the space of a man who almost died, who probably should have died, and then who struggled to learn to walk again so that he could continue to be a family man and be there for his children. If you allow yourself to sit in that space and that mortality and how easily and how quickly all of this can be taken away, he tells you, hey, I was healthy, I was fine. Mm-hmm. And then I went over to a friend's house, we were hanging out, and I was like, yo, I think I need like an aspirin or a Tylenol. You got something? And then from that moment on, I don't remember anything for the next 20 days, right? Like that's impactful. That is emotional. It tugs at you emotionally. There are a ton of funny bits in there as well, and funny moments in there, because if you can find and this is part of his point, if you can find the joy and find the laughter in these trying times, whatever your trying times are or were or will be, maybe, if you can find the funny moments and find the joy, it makes coming out on the other side a whole lot easier. And so I think everybody should watch it. It's really, really good.
Okay. It's on my list to watch this afternoon, actually. That and Hot Frosty.
My wife loved Hot Frosty.
I've seen great things
My wife
from the people who
loved
watched
her some Hot Frosty.
I really want to watch the Chiefs one, too.
Oh,
like
the Hallmark joint.
Is it a Hallmark?
Isn't it?
I think you have to pay for it.
Oh, that sucks, Hallmark.
Speaking of movies that you have to pay for, there's a movie called Juror Number 2. That's a Clint Eastwood movie.
Okay.
That has a pretty good cast. Like Toni Collette is in it. Zoe Deutsch is in it. J.K. Simmons is in it. Kiefer Sutherland's in it. And I hadn't heard anything about this. It popped up on my TikTok. And right now, I think you have to buy it. But within the next week, it's going to be on Max or Apple or both. Anyway, I'm counting down because it's the story of a guy who ends up on a high-profile murder charge. And like within the first opening minutes, this isn't a spoiler, but like he immediately realizes that he knows something that could basically swing the entire case. Like he knows a fact about the case and he has to grapple with like the moral piece of that. It looks awesome. So I'm adding Juror Number 2. I'm behind on all sorts of movies. It's about to be award season push and I will catch up on all of those. Selena Gomes is in a new movie that's getting a lot of buzz for the award show season. It is called Amelia Perez. And that's on my list of things to watch. But Selena Gomes got engaged last night. I woke up to multiple group chats being so excited for Selena Gomes. The girlies root for Selena Gomes for whatever reason. I don't get overly invested in celebrity couples. And I even found myself like, oh, good for her. I'm happy for her. The ring, I'm a little concerned with her ring, not because it's not absolutely stunning and a ring that I would never in a million years be able to afford. Pointy rings freak me out.
Why?
Because it looks like it could stab you. Like this ring gets caught on enough. That ring, it could cut you.
Is that a pear cut? What is that?
I don't know.
Okay. What
It's
cut
a
is
shiv.
yours?
A princess?
Okay.
I don't know. I'm bad.
Okay.
I don't know the answers to this.
Show
But I
the
look at
ring.
those and they could get caught on
show
everything.
the ring because the people didn't see the ring. It gets caught on things.
Like it could get caught on.
Well, don't do that, Jessica.
It's a
You're going to tear it.
It's a rental.
Don't you have to pay for it if you break it?
No, that's the best part about renting clothes.
Oh.
People don't understand. These are all insured, baby. I could spill a cup of coffee on this and put it in the bag. I wouldn't because I take care of them, but I could.
Okay.
Anyway, congrats to Selena Gomes. The other big celebrity couple news of the week was Timothee Chalamet and Kylie Jenner are still a couple. They haven't been seen together a whole lot, but she did show up at the premiere of his new movie, A Complete Unknown, where he plays Bob Dylan. He's been getting rave reviews for this performance, and she did not show up on the red carpet with him, though. She came to the movie and came to the after events. They don't do a lot of press. They do no press together as a couple. Instead, what Timothee Chalamet brought on the red carpet was a Beyblade, and I have not seen a Beyblade.
I thought about doing a
since
Beyblade
I was
universe.
in elementary school. I didn't know we were still making Beyblades.
What a show.
What a month for Timothee Chalamet.
Yeah, he's a man of the people. He's just
like
a regular
him.
dude.
I got
He
in
watches sports and he plays with Beyblades.
Yeah. And he used to do musicals, man of the people. And he does look-alike. Well, he doesn't do them, but like the people think that they could look at him. He started the look-alike trend. We don't get a Luigi look-alike contest without the Timothee Chalamet look-alike contest. Anyway, I'm excited to see that movie. Lots of movies that I'm excited for. Maybe I'll watch 1, 2, 3 today. I've got nothing because the Grizzlies still don't play.
You can watch Watchmen also.
You know I liked Watchmen.
And you've never seen anything other
Just the
than
show.
that TV show.
Yeah.
Watch the Watchmen chapter 1. I think that's what it is on HBO Max. It's good also.
Okay. I hope everyone has a great Thursday. Tomorrow will be a Grizzlies game day. We'll be back. Leighton Whitaker will join us. We'll wrap up the week. It'll be really sad because we'll do our regals with no college football games except for the Army-Navy game. We have reached that time of year. But bowl season is almost here. It's next week. So that gets going real quick. Everybody have a wonderful rest of your Thursday. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.